Toilet paper seems like the simplest, most harmless product in your bathroom. You reach for it every day without a second thought, trusting that something so basic couldn't possibly hurt you. However, for people with sensitive skin, a weakened immune system, or chronic health conditions, hidden dangers are lurking in every single roll. From formaldehyde to chemicals that trigger infections and rashes, your daily bathroom routine might be silently undermining your health. Certain brands are betraying the trust you place in them each and every day. You're exposed to chemical residues that cause painful infections and dyes that irritate your most sensitive areas over weeks and months of use. Even the pleasant scents can create the perfect environment for fungi to thrive while you sleep. These problems build up so gradually that it becomes incredibly difficult to connect them back to the real source. Today, we're revealing 11 toilet paper brands you should avoid at all costs, and 2 that are truly safe for your health. This information could save you from weeks of discomfort and costly visits to the doctor. The American toilet paper market is worth hundreds of millions of dollars each year. According to Consumer Reports, the average American uses from 5 to 7 kilograms of toilet paper annually. This adds up to billions of rolls sold across the country. Major retail chains such as Walmart, Target, Kroger, and Costco dominate this market, offering both international brands and their own private label products. A report from a consumer data firm in 2025 shows that store brands like Great Value from Walmart command nearly 50% of the market share. However, consumer loyalty remains astonishingly low at just over 1%. People are constantly switching products, searching for that perfect balance between price and quality. With inflation raising prices by 20 to 30% in recent years, consumers are desperately trying to find savings wherever they can. This is where the real trouble begins. Proctologists and dermatologists have been raising alarms about certain paper products for years, but their warnings rarely enter the mainstream discussion about household goods. Dr. Luke Miller, a respected proctologist practicing in the United States, points out that moist toilet paper creates an environment ripe for fungal infections. This can cause itching and irritation that might persist for weeks or even months without the right treatment. Meanwhile, dermatologist Dr. Ann Peterson warns that labels claiming a product is gentle are completely unregulated and often still contain irritating chemicals. Manufacturers can use these marketing terms freely, with no requirements for testing or government oversight to back them up. Consumer tests from 2019, conducted by a leading financial news outlet, found that a low price rarely equals high quality. In fact, some budget toilet papers are so thin that they require you to use twice as much just to get the job done. Studies have even detected harmful perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances, also known as PFAS, in some paper products. These are a type of forever chemical that builds up in your body and never breaks down in the environment. These substances have been linked to thyroid disease, kidney problems, and even cancer, according to international health authorities. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, is closely monitoring these substances due to their widespread presence in consumer products. Now let's get to the countdown. Number 11 on our list is the Aloe and E toilet paper from Cottonelle. This product comes in packages of 8 rolls. It typically costs around $9 and can be found at major retailers like Walmart all across the United States. Cottonelle markets it as a premium option with the added benefit of aloe extract, suggesting it will be gentler on the skin. The packaging looks clean and almost clinical, like something you might find at a pharmacy. The green color scheme and images of aloe plants create an impression of natural wellness and care. Here's the problem: the additive itself. While aloe sounds natural and soothing, added botanical extracts in toilet paper can actually trigger allergic reactions in many people. Consumer reviews on sites like Amazon show mixed opinions, with some users reporting unexpected skin irritation after switching to this product. The extract creates an effect that traps moisture within the paper's fibers, and according to medical experts, this extra moisture near sensitive areas can promote bacterial growth. For people who already struggle with skin sensitivities or allergies, this botanical addition becomes a hidden risk instead of a benefit. The aloe extract is processed with additional chemicals to preserve it and keep it stable in the packaging, adding more potential irritants to the mix. One woman from Phoenix shared her experience after 2 weeks of using this product. She noticed a persistent itching that she initially blamed on everything else: her laundry detergent, her soap, even stress at work. It wasn't until a visit to her dermatologist that she connected the dots to her new toilet paper. She described the relief she felt when she switched back to a plain, additive-free alternative. The irritation cleared up within a few days. Now she checks every product label for added botanical extracts before making a purchase. Moving on to number 10, we have the gray, single-ply toilet paper from discount stores like Dollar General. This budget option comes in packs of 10 rolls for about $4, available exclusively at these types of bargain supermarkets across the country. Made from recycled paper, it's presented as an economical and eco-friendly choice for budget-conscious families. The gray color comes from the recycled paper materials that have not been bleached during processing. Here's what Consumer Reports reveal about gray, recycled toilet paper. The recycling process leaves the fibers rougher and less refined than their virgin pulp alternatives. Experts note that these gray papers are generally inferior to white ones in terms of both softness and absorbency. The recycling process simply can't remove all the impurities from the source materials, which can include inks, glues, and other substances that ultimately find their way into the final product. Facebook groups and consumer forums are absolutely flooded with complaints about this specific product. Users describe it as feeling like sandpaper, making it incredibly uncomfortable for daily use. The low ply count means you end up using more sheets for each trip to the bathroom, which completely negates the savings you thought you were getting. A retired teacher from Austin, Texas, wrote about her experience with this product on a consumer forum. She bought it because the price seemed unbeatable, but after just 1 week of use, she developed redness and discomfort she had never experienced before. Her doctor recommended an immediate switch to a softer, higher quality paper. The few dollars she thought she was saving ended up costing her a doctor's visit and real physical pain. She calculated that the copay for her doctor's visit alone cost more than an entire year's supply of better quality toilet paper. Number 9 on our list brings us to the 3-ply toilet paper from the Walgreens house brand. This store brand product was once a consumer favorite, available in 10-roll packs for about $5. Walgreens promoted it as a premium option at a reasonable price, and for years, loyal customers swore by it. The brand built a dedicated following among American shoppers who appreciated its consistent quality at affordable drugstore prices. But then, something changed. Reviews on Slick Deals and other American bargain forums reveal a clear and disturbing pattern. The quality has plummeted while the prices have crept up. Longtime users report that the paper is now thinner than before, less soft, and tears far too easily during use. That 3-ply construction just doesn't feel as sturdy as it once did. Availability has also become inconsistent across different Walgreens locations, leaving customers frustrated when they can't find the product they've come to rely on. The value proposition that once made this brand so attractive has essentially vanished. Many former loyal customers suspect the manufacturer switched suppliers or reformulated the product to cut costs. A man from Chicago who had used the Walgreens brand for over 5 years shared his disappointment online. He noticed the decline in quality starting about 2 years ago. Each new package he bought seemed slightly worse than the last. The comfortable, reliable product he remembered had become something else entirely. He felt betrayed by a brand he had trusted and has since switched to other options completely. He even tried contacting Walgreens customer service, but never received a satisfactory explanation for the changes in quality. Now, we need to talk about something important. If this information is helping you understand what's really in your bathroom, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing, and you'll never miss out on these crucial investigations. But you need to stay with me because the absolute worst brands are still coming up. And at the very end, I'm going to reveal 2 toilet paper options that are genuinely safe for your health. You are definitely going to want to hear these recommendations. Number 8 in our countdown is the white toilet paper, Bellissimo by Foxy. It typically comes in packs of 8 rolls for around $5. You can find it at stores like CVS and other drugstores across the United States. Foxy positions it as a soft, premium product, complete with elegant packaging designed to attract consumers who are willing to pay a bit more for what they believe is higher quality. The brand name itself is meant to suggest an Italian flair for design and meticulous craftsmanship. The marketing materials really lean into the aesthetic pleasure of having a beautiful toilet paper displayed in your bathroom. However, in a consumer test conducted by the site Consumer Voice, Bellissimo landed in 6th place, which might sound perfectly reasonable until you consider its price tag. The quality simply does not justify what you're shelling out. User reviews consistently describe it as being severely overpriced for what you actually get in the package. The paper is decent enough, but rival brands offer comparable or even superior quality at much lower prices. In essence, you're paying for the fancy marketing and the pretty packaging, not for the performance of the product itself. The rolls are also noticeably smaller than those of competitors in the same price range, meaning you're getting less actual product for your money. A young professional from Chicago wrote about her profound sense of disappointment after switching to this brand. She had assumed that a higher price would mean a premium, high-end experience, but she couldn't discern any real difference when comparing it to products that cost half the price. She described it as a complete waste of money, especially in an economy where every single dollar counts toward rent and bills. The brand promises something exceptional, but delivers something utterly ordinary. She switched back to her usual budget-friendly option and didn't look back. Number 7 brings us to the 3-ply toilet paper from a brand called Nordic Soft. Available in major retailers like Target and Walmart, this product usually retails for between $8 and $10 for an 8-roll pack. Nordic Soft markets itself as a Scandinavian quality brand, highlighting its softness and premium materials supposedly sourced from northern forests. The clean, minimalist packaging is designed to suggest European sophistication and a deep commitment to quality, and the television ads feature happy families in bright, pristine bathrooms enjoying the product. The Consumer Voice test, however, placed Nordic Soft in 8th position, noting its especially low paperweight despite its claim of being a 3-ply paper. What this means is that the paper feels far less substantial than its competitors in similar or even lower price brackets. Each individual sheet weighs less than you would expect from what is marketed as a premium 3-ply product. Customer opinions on sites like Amazon mirror this discrepancy, with many reviewers giving it about 4 out of 5 stars, but with the common complaint that it's simply too expensive for what you get. The premium branding creates expectations the product just can't meet in daily use. A family from Galveston, Texas, shared their experience of trying Lambie based solely on its packaging. They were expecting high-end Scandinavian quality, but received something that ran out faster than their usual budget-friendly brand. The father calculated that they were spending almost twice their previous toilet paper budget without any noticeable improvement in quality or comfort. They switched back to their original brand within a month, with the mother mentioning she felt tricked by the premium marketing and beautiful packaging. Coming in at number 6 is the 2-ply Aura toilet paper from Aldi. This store brand product comes in packs of 8 rolls for around $4, making it one of the most affordable options on the market. Aldi promotes its private label products as offering quality comparable to well-known brands for a fraction of the price. In a test by a major consumer finance blog, Aura actually placed second for softness, which at first glance sounds impressive. But here's the catch. The paper's weight is significantly lower than its competitors, which means each sheet is thinner and far less durable. Testers on YouTube, on channels dedicated to consumer products, consistently report the exact same problem. Aura tears far too easily during use. Discussions on Reddit in various American communities echo this complaint. The paper is quickly bought up whenever it's available, but users discover they are going through the rolls much faster than they anticipated. Those initial savings completely disappear when you find yourself needing twice as much of the product to get the job done. The thin structure also means there's more contact between your hand and what you're cleaning, a fact many users find both uncomfortable and unhygienic. A warehouse worker from Toledo, Ohio, described his frustration with Aura on a Reddit forum. He initially appreciated the soft texture, but found himself constantly struggling with its tearing and overall inefficiency. He estimated that his actual cost per use ended up being higher than if he had just bought a mid-range brand from the start. The low price was a trap that ultimately cost him more in the long run. He now warns his coworkers to avoid the product altogether. Now we're getting into serious territory. Number 5 in our countdown is the great value toilet paper from Walmart. This single-ply, ultra-budget option typically comes in packs of 8 rolls for somewhere between $4 to $5. You can find it in Walmart locations all across the United States. As a true budget product, it makes no attempt to appear premium. The simple packaging and the great value label tell you exactly what you are getting. Walmart specifically designed these product lines for the most frugal shoppers. Single-ply toilet paper, however, creates fundamental problems regardless of the brand on the label. The thin, single layer provides minimal absorbency, requiring you to use many sheets just for basic hygiene. Rankings from consumer guides like Consumer Reports place these products firmly in the budget category, with consistent warnings about their roughness and poor absorption. Reviews on sites like Amazon rate similar single-ply products at around 3 out of 5 stars, with users frequently citing skin irritation as a major problem. The complete lack of cushioning between your hand and the surface creates an unpleasant experience that many consumers tolerate only because of the rock-bottom price. A grandmother from Boise, Idaho shared her experience after buying this type of product to save money during a tough economic period. Within the first week of use, she developed a noticeable and painful irritation. Her doctor explained that rough, low-quality toilet paper can cause microabrasions in sensitive areas, creating entry points for bacteria and leading to infections. The money she saved on toilet paper went directly toward treating the very problems it caused. She estimated that the medical costs ended up exceeding 2 years' worth of savings from buying budget toilet paper. Number 4 brings us to basic toilet paper from great value, Walmart's own store brand. This single-ply product is the cheapest option in Walmart's lineup, sold in packs of 8 rolls for just $1 or $2. As a brand, great value products are a dominant force in the American budget market, and the basic line specifically attracts the most price-conscious shoppers. Millions of American households use this exact product every single week. In a test conducted by a major financial news outlet, Great Value Basics scored well in terms of sheer value, but the user experience tells a completely different story. Online forums like Reddit are filled with comments describing this product in unflattering terms. Users complain about it constantly tearing, its uncomfortable roughness, and the necessity of using excessive amounts just to compensate for its poor quality. One commenter summed it up bluntly: cheap but awful. The single-ply construction falls apart during normal use, leading to frustrating bathroom experiences. Medical experts issue a special warning against single-ply toilet papers, especially for individuals with any kind of sensitivity. The low absorbency means moisture stays in contact with the skin for longer, and the rough texture can cause microscopic damage to delicate tissues. For anyone with diabetes, a weakened immune system, or existing skin conditions, these budget options pose a real health risk that far outweighs the minimal cost savings. Chronic irritation can easily lead to infections that require medical treatment. A retired nurse from Toledo, Ohio, explained her professional perspective on these products. In her decades of work in healthcare, she saw countless patients with irritations and infections that could be traced back to poor hygiene products. She herself never uses single-ply toilet paper and advises all her friends and family to avoid it completely. Those few dollars you might save are never worth the potential medical consequences that can follow. Coming in at number 3 on our countdown are the flushable wet wipes from brands like Cottonelle. Some variations of these wipes contain added moisturizers and conditioning agents, advertised as being gentler on the skin. These versions typically cost a bit more than the basic wipes and come in distinctive packaging that highlights their extra ingredients. The moisturizing formula claims to provide a cleaner, more refreshing experience. This is where the science becomes critical. Dr. Luke Gregory, a leading infectious disease specialist, specifically warns against any toilet paper product with moisturizing additives. These products create the exact damp environment where fungal infections thrive. The moisture doesn't dry properly, especially in warm conditions, and fungal growth can begin within just a few hours. Symptoms include persistent itching, redness, and discomfort, which many people initially blame on entirely different causes. The moisturizers are also formulated with preservatives and stabilizers that can trigger allergic reactions. A woman from Kansas City struggled with a recurring itch for 3 months before her gynecologist finally asked about her toilet paper. She had switched to a moisturizing wipe variety, thinking it would be gentler on her sensitive skin. The exact opposite happened. The constant moisture promoted a fungal overgrowth that required antifungal medication to resolve. She was shocked that something as simple as a bathroom wipe could cause such persistent health problems. Her treatment lasted for weeks and cost significantly more than simply switching brands of toilet paper would have. That brings us to number 2, as we get closer to the worst offender of all, the pink family pack toilet paper from store brands like Mainstays. This 2-ply product stands out on store shelves with its characteristic pink color. It's available in 8-roll packs for around $5 to $6 at major retailers like Walmart, Target, and Kroger. Brands selling colored paper have been present in the US for over 20 years. The marketing promotes it as an aesthetic choice, adding a pop of color to your bathroom while providing 160 sheets per roll. Dermatologists, however, are very clear about the dangers of dyed toilet paper. Dr. Ava Rosenberg explains that the dyes in toilet paper can provoke allergic reactions and irritation. This is especially true because the intimate areas where this product is used are particularly sensitive to chemical exposure. The dyes used to create colored toilet paper are not medical grade and were never designed for contact with mucous membranes. Long-term exposure to these dyes can sensitize the skin, making you more likely to have a reaction over time. Consumer reviews on Amazon and Walmart's website mention a very specific problem. The pink color transfers onto the skin and underwear, especially when any moisture is present. This discoloration is a clear sign that the dye isn't properly bonded and is actively leaching out of the paper fibers. If the dye is visibly transferring, just imagine what's happening at a microscopic level, where your skin is absorbing those chemicals. These dyes were engineered to look nice on store shelves, not to be applied to your most sensitive areas multiple times a day. A mom from Chicago wrote about discovering pinkish stains on her young daughter after her bath. She initially panicked, thinking something was medically wrong, before she realized the discoloration was coming from the toilet paper. She immediately threw out the remaining rolls and consulted her pediatrician about potential reactions. The doctor confirmed that colored toilet papers pose an unnecessary risk, especially for children. No aesthetic benefit is worth gambling with your family's health. And now for number 1, the single worst toilet paper on our list. The chamomile scented toilet paper from a major national brand. This product dominates store shelves all across the United States. It's available at Walmart, Target, Walgreens, and practically every other retailer you can think of. Packs of 8 or 16 rolls cost between $10 and $15, making it a mid-range option that millions of American families use every single day. The brand promotes it as a 3-ply, gentle paper enriched with chamomile extract for extra softness. The pastel packaging, calming imagery, and association with natural ingredients suggest a product you can completely trust. The reality is far more disturbing. Dr. Ryan Miller specifically warns that fragrances and additives in toilet paper cause irritation around sensitive areas, leading to inflammation and fungal infections. The chamomile extract, despite sounding natural and harmless, can trigger allergic reactions in many people. The fragrance compounds used to create that chamomile scent are synthetic chemicals that have no business being near your most intimate parts. These chemicals were designed to make products smell pleasant, not for prolonged contact with sensitive tissues. Consumer reviews on sites like Amazon and Consumer Reports show this division clearly. While many users praise the softness and give it high marks, a significant number report unexpected skin irritation and urinary discomfort after switching to this product. Women on parenting forums describe symptoms flaring up, especially during the summer months, when heat and humidity intensify the problems caused by scented additives. The chamomile fragrance actually traps moisture against the skin, creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast to grow. The scent doesn't actually clean anything. It just masks odors while potentially causing harm. Laboratory tests have revealed traces of formaldehyde in some scented paper products. Formaldehyde is classified as a carcinogen by international health authorities. Although the amounts detected are small, constant daily exposure, even to trace amounts, accumulates over time. For individuals already managing health conditions, taking medications, or dealing with compromised immune systems, this constant low-level exposure adds an unnecessary risk to their lives. The cumulative effect of years of exposure is something medical researchers are still actively investigating. A woman from Chicago shared her story of suffering for weeks before she discovered the cause. She was experiencing a burning sensation that persisted no matter how often she washed or what cream she applied. Her skin felt like it was on fire. It was a searing pain that just wouldn't quit, regardless of the remedies she tried. It was only after ruling out every possible cause through a careful process of elimination that she finally identified her new chamomile-scented toilet paper as the culprit. Within just a few days of switching to an unscented alternative, her symptoms completely vanished. She described feeling a mix of both relief and anger. Relief that the problem was solved after so much suffering, and anger that a product marketed as gentle had caused her such needless pain and discomfort. Now she warns everyone she knows about scented paper products. This brand advertises purity and care, yet it delivers chemical exposure with every single use. For seniors with diabetes, weakened immune systems, or chronic health conditions, the risks multiply significantly. Infections that a healthy body could fight off can become severe complications for these vulnerable individuals. The chemical residues in scented toilet paper may even interact with medications, potentially reducing their effectiveness when your health depends on them the most. Now, after all those warnings, you deserve some good news about products that actually deliver. There are toilet paper options out there that undergo rigorous safety testing and provide genuine quality without hidden risks or dangerous chemical additives. Two products stand out above the rest as consistently safe, effective, and worth the investment. The first safe option worthy of your money is the ultra-soft toilet paper from Charmin. Yes, it might seem surprising that the same company that makes scented versions also produces one of the best. The key difference lies in what this version leaves out. Charmin Ultra Soft is a premium, 4-ply white toilet paper made from pure cellulose, with absolutely no added fragrances, dyes, or botanical extract. An 8-roll pack costs between $10 and $15 and is available at most major retailers across the United States. Consumer testing from organizations like Consumer Reports consistently places Charmin Ultra Soft at the top of their rankings and similar guides. Its 4-ply construction provides true softness and absorbency without requiring you to use excessive amounts per visit. Reviews on major retail websites average 4.8 out of 5 stars, with users describing it as the best option available and incredibly gentle on sensitive skin. The product is certified by the Forest Stewardship Council, indicating that its materials are sourced in an environmentally responsible way. Independent lab tests conducted in recent years show negative results for harmful substances in every batch analyzed. Dermatologists who have analyzed Quilted Northern ultra-plush particularly recommend it for patients with skin conditions, allergies, or sensitivity. The absence of additives means nothing artificial comes into contact with your skin. Its high ply count and quality cellulose fibers provide comfort without any chemical assistance. Patients who switch to this product after experiencing issues with other brands report a rapid improvement in their symptoms. A family from Chicago switched to Quilted Northern Ultra Plush after their grandmother experienced recurring irritation from other products for several months. Within weeks, her discomfort completely disappeared. She described finally feeling a sense of comfort she hadn't experienced in years of struggling with unexplained symptoms. The slightly higher price compared to budget options proved to be well worth the genuine improvement in her daily quality of life and overall well-being. The family now keeps it as their permanent household choice. The second recommended product is Cottonelle Ultra Comfort Care Toilet Paper. This 3-ply white toilet paper costs between $5 and $8 for an 8-roll pack and is available in stores nationwide. Cottonelle Ultra Comfort Care focuses on delivering softness and durability through quality materials rather than chemical additives. Its simple white color indicates a lack of unnecessary dyes, and the absence of any fragrance means no hidden irritants. Consumer advocacy group rankings place Cottonelle Ultra Comfort Care in the premium category for good reason. Its balance between softness and strength addresses the main complaints people have about cheaper alternatives. User reviews on major retailer websites average 4.9 out of 5 stars, making it one of the highest-rated toilet papers in the USA. Customers consistently mention that this product causes no irritation, even for those with historically sensitive skin. The value for the money makes Cottonelle Ultra Comfort Care especially attractive for families. You get premium performance without the premium markup that some brands charge for essentially identical products. Dermatologists recommend this option, especially for patients switching from problematic scented or dyed products. The neutral, additive-free formula provides a clean slate for sensitive systems to recover. A young mother from Miami shared her relief after discovering Cottonelle Ultra Comfort Care. Her toddler was experiencing recurring diaper rash and irritation that she couldn't explain despite trying numerous creams and treatments. After reading online about additives in toilet paper, she switched the entire